All right, hi. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jia Hong, and I'm the head of Ignite at Elevate VC. We are a early stage, pre-seed and seed stage, deep tech only venture capital fund based here in Singapore, investing all across the world in the sciences, physics, chemistry, biology, and a bit of medical as well. But just to understand the room, I know that many of the people here are working in commodities and mining. What's the level of familiarity with the battery industry? Anyone works in lithium in the room? Yeah? Anyone wants to work closer with the battery industry? Interested? Great. Okay, so the reason why I asked this question is because we are a deep tech venture capital fund. But in 2021, I started by going on YouTube to search what is a battery. Now, I went on YouTube to learn what a cathode and anode is and what lithium is, right? And for context, my next step was actually to join Battery MBA, which was the program that was just shared. And Battery MBA is a online, European-based online education program at that time. And I was the first Singapore-based participant. So I was dialing in at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. for calls. But here's what makes the difference. Understanding a field, as many of you as professionals would know, it's not just about the science, it's the whole chain. It's the whole value chain. What's upstream, what's downstream? Who do you talk to? What do the machines look like? Where the handoffs are? What do people pay? Where are the bottlenecks? Where do the elements start and where do the elements end? Because that all affects your business, how you do business, and whether the business survives going up or going down, right? So that's my bit on how I got into the battery space. That was a couple of years ago, and today I run deep tech investments, including batteries, energy storage, renewable energy, climate tech at Elevate. So my topic today is on day zero investments, and it really is a very high level coverage of what day zero investment means. Anyone here in the investments field or has to represent their company to make investments? Anyone here wants to make investments? Right, great, good. Should speak to you, right? Okay, so Ignite is our very new pre-seed investment program. We, as a venture capital fund, we have not really been investing super early. We invest at seed stage, which is sort of where a startup has already gotten their first revenue, made their first sale. But what happens before their first sale? In deep tech, many of the founders are scientists or engineers or researchers. They've never made a sale before. They never had to. But when you when you develop a new piece of technology that could revolutionize an industry, some of you already work with industry-moving, industry-changing technologies like this. You know how important that is. But if scientists don't take that step to build a business out of it, to go out and pursue entrepreneurship, none of that change in industry will happen. No optimization, no efficiencies, high unit economics, things don't move forward, right? So Ignite is where, as a venture capital fund, we decided, how about we go in earlier and partner with academics, partner with researchers, understand what they are seeing, understand where their skills gaps are, see if we can support them, and most crucially, make an investment right at day zero, and therefore that's why we call it day zero investment program. The rest of the details are kind of a bit too deep for the context of this setting, but the main point is, it is very, very hard to make a first sale. It is very, very hard. If you baked cake, lemon cake, chocolate cake, and try selling it to a neighbor, baking is a skill, selling is another skill. So getting researchers, scientists, engineers to go from the research and getting it out of the lab into the real world where someone will pay for it because the value that that product or service brings is more than the price they pay for, that is a huge step. And that is not a journey, that journey can be done better with partners and with investors like Elevate. So we invest in 4 key categories: smart mobility, novel materials, complex computing, and also on the medical side, medical devices. This spans quite broadly across fields like climate change, food security, and making healthcare affordable and accessible. We pride ourselves on being able to get access to both the public and private sectors, and this is especially important because when researchers kick off their journeys, they're probably in academia, they are in universities, they are in research labs. They have yet to understand who to go out to seek support from. And therefore having the access to both the public sector for grants, right, and resources, and to the private sector for things like pilots and trials and obviously people who will eventually pay for the product or service is crucial in the first year or two of starting a business, especially a deep tech business. Another reason why we went into the early stage investing part is that it takes a lot to make a big investment decision. And for early stage investments, in the seed stage investments, it could take a month or two just to understand and make sure that we know what they are building and what the value of that is. But if we are on the same side as the founders 12 months before, we see the team learn how to step out of the lab. We see the team fumble in front of their potential customers and lose a sale. We see how they get back up on their feet again. These are all valuable lessons we get to see being on the side of the early stage team. And therefore we can make a better decision when it comes to making of bigger investments. And more importantly for the team, we get to be on their side, helping them find new investors, and they don't have to go through the process of winning us over as a new investor. So the way I position Ignite is a place where I want scientists and academics to move beyond their comfort zones. You might be the best in your field, you might be the first person to develop some sort of technology, but when you build a business, it's from day zero. You learn how to manage people, you learn how to manage your finances, you learn how to hit walls and go around them, you learn how to fall on the floor and get back up again. My background has been working with very early stage startups and founders, including the ones who have yet to even have a company yet. This is through my role as a startup coach and also advisors to my own portfolio of climate tech founders. And if anyone in the room is interested or knows some sort of startups of new technology in the field of mining, in the field of commodities, whether it's refining or, as you would hear from the next speaker, recycling, please do reach out to me. I'll be really keen to learn more. Thank you so much.